Hello YouTube, Dave here again, and today I'm back with another Dragonbane related video. Today we're going to be making another Dragonbane character. However, in the first video I had pretty much an idea of what I wanted to make, and I did everything based off of those predetermined ideas. However, with character creation in Dragonbane, you can do a lot of stuff completely and totally randomly, and that's what we're going to do here today. So we are rolling a random character for the Dragonbane role-playing game. I've got my blank character sheet here, and I've got my scrap paper here, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go for it. So let's just dive right in, shall we? The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to roll for our kin. That's a D12 roll. And I rolled a 2, so on a 1 to 4, we are making a human character. So we're going to make a human for the kin. And we've got to get our character's name right. So our ability that we get is called Adaptive, which costs 3 willpower points to use, which most abilities from your kin will cost 3. But it says when rolling a skill, I can choose to make the roll using another skill of your choice. You must be able to justify how you use the selected skill instead of a normal one. The GM has the final word, but should be lenient. So we've got that as our our free ability, but we got to get a name, right? So we're rolling a d6, and our first name is going to be Lothar. So we are Lothar. So we got our kin, we have our name. So now let's just kind of scroll down here, because next we need to roll for our profession. So here we go. That is going to be a D10, because there are 10 professions. So let's see what we got. Now I did already make a knight character, so if I roll a 5, I'm going to re-roll. But I rolled another 2, so we are going to be making a bird. Yay! So let's take a look at the bard here. So the memory of ancient deeds and riches is kept alive by the bards. They are singers, musicians, entertainers. Many travel between inns and marketplaces where they earn their keep through the telling of ballads and fairy tales. Others perform at princely courts, reciting glorious poems of dragons and heroic kings. Many bards see themselves as chroniclers responsible for preserving contemporary deeds in the memory of future generations. They are always on the lookout for people and achievements worthy of being immortalized in epic verse, and any bard worth their salt is always working on at least a few masterpieces of song, music, or poetry. So our key attribute is going to be charisma. So, all right, and our skills are going to be, and I think we can choose, but we got our skills, which are acrobatics. Well, I think I'm just writing down what the skills are, because I think we do get a set number of them that we can learn, but we need to. So evade, knives, languages, myths and legends, performance and persuasion. Okay, and our heroic ability is going to be musician, which we'll look up here in a moment. So we have we got to roll for our gear as well, because like I said, we're doing this random, and we got our nickname here. So we'll do a nickname first. So we have Lothar Ode Maker. That'll be my character's name. And then our gear is going to be a 3 to 4. So we have, for our gear, we have a flute. We have a dagger, which I'm going to write down in the weapons section. So you don't write weapons or armor down in the inventory unless they're like weapons you're carrying beyond the 3 that you can have readied. Armor goes in its own separate place. I did make that mistake with the other character, so I just wanted. I'm used to just like writing down all the equipment in the equipment section, but for the inventory, you're really only looking for stuff that counts towards your encumbrance. So we got the flute, the dagger, we got hemp rope. We have a torch, flint and tinder. We have a D6 food rations. We have 3 food rations. And we have a D8 silver, which is 5. So we have 5 silver pieces. All right. Also, I think I have to go back to the human there for their movement, right? Oh, no, movement somewhere else. Okay. All right. So we have our class now. We have our profession. We have our kin. So let's see what's next. So next is going to be our age. So a D6, and I rolled I rolled a 4. So we're just an adult. You know what? Let's there we go. So let's make a young character. Let's actually make a young bard. So for skills, I get 6 plus 2, so 6 have to be from the list of acrobatics, bluff, evade, knives, languages, myths, legends, performance, or persuasion, and 2 can be any other ones. But my attributes, I get agility and con plus 1. So there we go. We actually get to improve some of our attributes. And now we have to roll our attributes. Oh, we got our movement here as well. So movement is going to be 10 because we are a human. And yeah, let's derive our stats now, shall we? So this is 4d6, drop the lowest. We roll them in order. So they go strength, con, agility, intelligence, will, and charisma. But then when we're done, we can swap any 2, and our agility and constitution are going to be improved by 1. So 4d6 for strength. I got a 6, 6, a 1, and a 3, so that is going to be a 15 in strength. For constitution, I got a 4, a 5, and a 2, so that's 11, but that might go up to 12. It probably will because we're not going to swap out an 11 for something, so that is going to become a 12. Our agility. Okay, so that is a 15 as well. So that one I might swap that out, we'll see. Intelligence is, okay, so intelligence is, so that's a 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5 is 12. Our willpower is going to be 13, 5, 5, and 3. And then our charisma, which is our important attribute. Oh, we actually rolled a 16 in that. That's pretty good. I have a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 2. So we're going to drop that too. But now we can swap any 2 attributes of our choosing. So I think I'm going to swap out the 15 from strength with the 12 from intelligence. So we have a 15 intelligence and a 12 strength. So we're going to write those numbers in now. So 12 for strength. Constitution is also a 12. Agility is a 15, which is pretty good. Intelligence is a 15. Will is a 13. And charisma is a 16. So we did pretty good overall for our numbers there. Now we got to choose our skills. So like I said, we get 6. Because we're young, like we do have an increase to our agility and our constitution, which is good. Oh, actually, the agility goes up to 16 because I rolled a 15. So overall, not a bad character for our bard, our young bard. So we've got, let's see, for our skills, we get 6 that have to be class skills, and 2 can be any other. Let's go to our chance to succeed here. So first of all, we don't. Okay, let's go through all of our derived numbers here first. Damage bonus. So for strength or agility, for 12 we get nothing. So no bonus damage for strength. But for agility, we do have a 16 agility, which is going to give us plus 1d4. So if we're making attack with something that requires agility, if we hit, we get to do an additional 1d4 damage, which is pretty good. Our hit points is equal to our constitution score, so we're going to have 12 hit points. And our willpower points is equal to our will, so we're going to have 13 will. So that's pretty good. So now we got to look at which skills we're going to be trained in. So I know for sure we want to be trained in languages, myths and legends, performance, persuasion, probably bluffing, and knives, because we do start with the dagger, right? Yeah. So those are our 6 skills that we are going to be trained in that are from our class skill. But taking a look at other things that we've got here, I'd say actually we probably want acrobatics and evade. So I think I'm just going to take skills, all those skills. So we get 2 that could be any, but I do want acrobatics and I do want evade. So I'm going to go down to the character sheet here. So acrobatics, we are trained in. That is agility. And our agility is 16, which gives us a base chance to succeed of 7. However, because we are trained in the skills, we have it doubles that number. So acrobatics is going to be at 14. Awareness is our intelligence. Our intelligence is 15, but we did not take that as one of our trained skills. So a 15 is going to give us a base of 6. Bartering is charisma. Our charisma is 16, so that's going to give us a 7 because we didn't take anything in that. Beast lore is again intelligence, which would be a 6. Bluffing is charisma, but we are that's one of our skills that we have, so that's going to be a 14. Bushcraft is next. So I guess I should take a look at the character sheet here. So bushcraft is next. That's based off intelligence, which again is going to give us a 6 for our base chance to succeed because our intelligence is 15. Crafting is based off of strength. Our strength is 12, so that is going to give us a 5. Evade is agility, but we are trained in that, so that's going to be a 14. Healing is intelligence, which is going to be a 6. Hunting and fishing is agility, so that's going to be a 7, because we have a 16 in agility, and the base chance for a 16 is a 7. Languages is based off our intelligence, but we are trained in that one, so that is a 15, so that's a 6, so we have a 12 in languages. We have a 12 in myths and legends. We have a 14 in performance and persuasion. Riding is agility, so that's going to be a 6. Oh, sorry, that's going to be a 7. Because that's agility. We have a 16 in agility, and that gives us a 7. Seamanship, so our ability to operate water-based craft. That's intelligence. That's going to be a 6. Sleight of hand is based off agility, so that's going to be a 7. Sneaking is going to be based off agility, which is a 7. Spot hidden is based off of intelligence, and we don't have that, so that's going to be a 6. Swimming is based off our agility, so that's going to be a 7. Axes are based off of strength. We don't have anything in that, so it's going to be a 5. Bows are based off agility, so it's going to be a 7. Brawling is strength, so that's also 5. Crossbows agility, which is 7. Hammers are strength, which is 5. Knives are based off of agility, which is 7, but we're training this, so that is a 14. Slings is agility. We're not trained in that, so that's going to be a 7. There's going to be a 5 for spears, 6 for stabs, 5 for swords. All right, we have our skills now. So we have all of that information. All that's left to do is take a look at our gear. Oh, wait, do we want to, all right, weakness? Yeah, we're going to roll a weakness. Why not? Why not? So it's a D20. We are going to use that optional roll. So 17. I resort to violence to overcome every obstacle. Okay, so I'm a violent bard. Interestingly enough. All right, so for our memento, we're going to roll for that as well. Another 17. We're getting some weird numbers here, but we got a bone whistle, which is actually kind of cool. And I kind of like that as like something we can use for, instead of our flute. But yeah, so we have that. So the memento is something that we can use. Great sentimental value. Choose some below. Memento is always a tiny item, but once per gaming session, I can use it to recover an additional condition during a stretch rest. So yeah, we can interact with that. It's kind of like interacting with a personal item in Alien to get your reduced stress kind of thing. So for appearance, you better believe we're going to roll this. Wonder if you so let's do two. We'll do two appearance features here. So we got 2d20. I rolled a 12 and a 9. So we're young, but we're balding. That sounds about right. And what's 12? Okay, you know what? I'm going to re-roll the 9 because those are at odds with each other. No, actually, no. You know what? We're balding, but we have a glorious like the Hulk Hogan hair curtain. That's what we got. So those are two things that seem like they should be completely and totally like contradictory to one another. But yeah, we are balding, but we have a glorious flowing hair curtain going around the sides and the back of our head. I like that. I think that's great. Okay, so we got our skills. Let's take a look at our heroic ability, which we have as musician. So musician, a beautiful voice instills courage in your friends or fear in your foes. Activating this ability in action combat gives all allies within 10 meters of boon to all rolls. Holy crap. Or a bane to all enemies within the same range. You choose one or the other. The effect lasts until your turn in the next round. Okay. Instruments, you can use instruments with the musician ability. This can increase the ability's range or reduce its cost of willpower. See page 75. Okay. Let's see page 75. Okay, musical instruments. So we have a flute. So it reduces the cost for the musician ability down to 2, which I think it was 3, right? I guess I probably should have written that down first. So musician is 3, yeah. So musician only costs us 2 now with that. So that's pretty good. I do like that. And then next we're going to look at our equipment. And we're going to fill that out, and then we're going to be done. So we don't have any spells. Whoops. All right. Now we didn't get any armor from our character either. Right, so the bard didn't come with any armor. I just want to double check that and make sure. Actually, none of them come with armor, so we don't have any armor for that, so we don't have an armor rating, which is a little scary. Not gonna lie. All right, so no armor, so we just have basic clothing. And we are going to have clothing. which is going to cost us our 5 silver, it appears, but that's fine. So simple clothes required to avoid a bane on charisma-based skills. So yes, um, we do want simple clothes. I guess that goes because that's not armor, right? That has no armor rating. So I'm just going to put. Okay, so yeah, this way we don't want to have a bane on our charisma because that's basically what we do. But we do have our dagger, which is a one-handed grip. It is a it's strength, is it? Okay. Oh, damage. Wait. So range strength. I guess that's probably for throwing, but we're not looking to do that. Damage is a D8. Yes. What is the range? Range indicates the maximum in meters. Okay, so it's equal to our strength. So we can throw this a maximum of 12 meters, or 6 squares if you're using a grid. Its durability is 9, and its features are subtle piercing, slashing, and thrown, if we want to. Okay. I think that's basically that's it. That is it. That is all that we need for our character. So we have our bard character. We have Lothar Odemaker. He's a balding young man. Like he's a youth that's gone prematurely bald, which I can relate to. I started losing my hair at a pretty young age. But he has got a glorious hair curtain, so he still has a flowing, majestic head of hair. Just it's all the head except for the top of it. We have a violent temper, though, which can be bad for our character. So we're likely never to answer yes to the question of did we overcome an obstacle without resorting to violence, because that's what this bard wants to do for some reason. Um, which we can give into that. We don't have to give into it, but we can. But yeah, we've got a strength of 12, a con of 12, an agility of 16, an intelligence of 15, a will of 13, and a charisma of 16. When using agility-based attacks, we do get to add 1d4 to the damage there, which I think is just for ranged weapons. Um, but yeah, so we got that. We do get the d4 on that. So I guess if we threw the dagger, maybe we have a speed of 10, so we can move 10 meters, which can be 5 squares on a grid. Our encumbrance limit. Our encumbrance limit. We do got to find that. I don't know if it's in here. I'm just going to do Control F. Oh. You can carry a number of items equal to half your strength rounded up. Okay, so our encumbrance limit with a 12 strength is going to be a 6. We're not really carrying anything that's going to be that over encumbered for us, so that's good. Right, so if we look at our gear, our flute has a weight of 1. Our clothing doesn't really affect anything. Our dagger has the dagger doesn't count because it's a weapon that we have readied. But our rope is probably the biggest thing. Yeah, and that's got a 1. Our rations. Which is means travel, hunting, fishing, animals. Okay, I don't see where the rations are, but they can't weigh much either. So either way, we are good. We've got our character created here. I'm sure I can actually just go. See page 103. Okay. Let's go to page 103, shall we? So 103. Okay. Okay, so ration is just basically for each ration. I think it's just a day's worth of eating. Okay, well, that's good to know. Or a day's worth of eating for an individual character. So yeah, we've got our character created. No armor, so we're pretty prone to taking damage. So we want to avoid getting into combat as much as possible, which is at odds with our violent temper. So that's going to be interesting to see how this character performs if he ever gets a chance. But still, there we go. We created a character completely from completely using random rolls, and we got a very interesting, often contradictory character. But I'm all for it. I think this would still be fun to try and play out. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you want to see me do any other character creations, let me know that in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to. Until next time, take care.